What is up, ladies and gentlemen? You're watching another Madman film breakdown right here on the Madman Sports Network. Let's not waste any time. Let's get right into it. Saquon Barkley, the most hyped running back prospect. Well, it feels like we say this every year, honestly. We've said it about Zeke. We said it about Fournette. But I've heard already, most hyped running back prospect since Adrian Peterson, really. We've been excited since last year to see him play, and there's a reason why. He has so many physical tools. We'll get right to it. We're going to start with the physical tools, talk about the mental tools after that. And so first, we're just going to do a few plays. I'm going to try and speed this up too. My last video was 45 minutes long. Let's speed this one up. I know you guys probably don't want to spend that much time watching. Let's get right to it. Before you look at how fast he is, by the way, let's just put it in perspective. He's 5'11", 230. Perfect size. I don't want my running backs tall. The shorter they are, the less likely they are to get attacked by the legs. And just for perspective, Von Miller's 6'3", 250. One of the most fierce pass rushers, if not the most fierce pass rusher in the NFL. So 4 inches taller, only 20 pounds heavier. Leonard Fournette's 6'1", 230. So Saquon's 2 inches shorter, slightly heavier. And Cam Chancellor, hardest hitting safety in the league, 6'3", 230. So he weighs as much as Cam Chancellor, yet he's 4 inches shorter. And just watch right here. Let's look at this first one in the Fiesta Bowl. They're already up 21-7. Ball is handed off to Barkley. Barkley running through. Nice job cutting right through there. We'll get to his quickness later. Pause right here. Look at this. Number 14. He should be able to catch him, right? He should at least be able to catch him. Maybe he'll get juked out, but he's got number 1 right here to back him up. And yet suddenly right here, he's ahead of him. That's just pure speed right there. Ends up breaking the tackle, and he's gone for a huge game. Now he's just toying. Number 4 trying to catch him. He knows he's not going to get caught right into the end zone. So here's another one right here. Ball is snapped, handed off to Barkley. Barkley at the outside now. He's going to get all the way outside. Really nice block right there by number 3. He made that possible. Look even here. Number 6 and number 26, Barkley. You'd think a safety, a defensive back would be fast enough to catch up to him. Maybe, get bowled over. We'll talk about his strength too. Nope, he's behind him. Barkley gets ahead, breaks that tackle easily, running ahead. Nice big game right there. Now, last one right here, ball is snapped. He's a receiving threat. We'll get a lot more to that later on as well. Ball is caught right here. Look at all these defenders, though. You'd think this is probably going to be a loss. They all know where he's at. It's not like it's a secret anywhere. Nice block here by the running back, but there's so many defenders right there. Ball is snapped. Number 25 should be able to get him at the line of scrimmage. But nope, he's behind him yet again. Does a good job of at least getting his hips. That's actually a really nice play by 25, but he still got 5 yards right there. Ends up breaking it. Nearly gets a first down. Solid, 7-8 yard gain. So look at that right there. Right off the bat. This guy, for how huge he is, he's a freak when it comes to his speed. It's ridiculous, and you can see it right there. But even more impressive than his pure speed is his quickness, his footwork, his ability to just make defenders miss, whether it's in the backfield or in the open field. It's ridiculous for somebody of his size and strength to be so quick. It really reminds me of Le'Veon Bell and, Alvin Kamara, some of the most elite running backs in the NFL. So let's take a look at some plays right here. First one, ball's already in his hands, so let's just get right to it. Here's where we start the first one. Right there, you notice that little cut. So you see, he manages to change his direction so quickly, fool all these defenders. He could have maybe cut through that hole, but no, instead he goes this way. Vision's something he needs to work on, but we'll talk about that near the end. So then here's the second, victim right here, number 27, already in the middle of his move while he's making his tackle. It's too late. He's not going to get him. Slips away from him. His third victim, number 5 right here, manages to kind of make this cut, stays in bounds while also avoiding 5 right there, dives at his ankles, too late. Now, you notice right here, his knee might have been down. They didn't call it, though, so I'm going to pretend it didn't go down. And even, regardless of if it did or not, watch this right here. Avoids number 43, also stays in bounds. So a combination of footwork and quickness, upper body, lower body. He keeps his feet in bounds while making number 43. But just look at all the guys he made look like fools on this play. Again, 1, 2, and then right here, 3. Avoids him, stays in bounds, and then he keeps going. Manages to pick up a bunch of yards. Huge play. That's huge right there. So here's another one right here. Pause right here. Look at this. Defender coming right for him. 2 defenders, 1 lineman. Nothing he can do about both of them. Ducks underneath him to avoid him. That's just quick instincts, quick thinking. He got the ball not half a second ago, and he manages to avoid that, even though he could have been stopped right behind the line of scrimmage. Manages to run forward. Only gains about 4 or 5 yards, or 3 or 4 yards probably. But it's better than nothing, right? Sometimes that's all you need is a few yards. That's what you need, and he could have been stopped in the backfield. A lot of running backs would have. He's shifty. He's smart. That's just a really nice play. So here's another one right here. This is just ridiculous. The ball is snapped. Let's pause right here. There's about 4 yards of separation between him and 43, and just watch this. Ooh. Can we see that one more time? Number 43 might need to quit. Oh my goodness, and he gets ahead. Now look at this right here. 2 defenders. They have him. He should. Here's the worst part. He's so quick. He could have gotten this way, maybe dove right up, gone right up here where there's all this open field. Just quickly cut up there. But in the end, he changes his direction so quickly. He's running forward 1 second. Now he's running laterally, horizontally. Manages to utilize his receivers. They both get nice blocks, and he's just so fast that he manages to cut to the outside. They ended up calling a touchdown on that play. So here's another one. Ball snapped again. Right here. Look at these 2 defenders. This tight end, or it doesn't really even have either of them blocked. Kind of has a decent hand on number 99. Doesn't really have either of them fully engaged, though. But he's so quick again. He managed to slip away from that one. And look at this. Now he's got all this space because he's just so quick. He can change his direction in the snap of a finger. It's ridiculous. Nice play by 33, actually, to get his ankles and bring him down, but that could have been a loss. And it ended up being, again, at least a 3-yard gain, which is certainly better than nothing. Sorry about that. So now here's the next one. Again, another one. Now this defender really bites on the read option, but you pause right here, and it looks like Barkley is going to get crushed. And even if he hadn't, look at that little move right there to move his hips to the side, get away. Even if this defender didn't bite, he would have been able to possibly get away from him. And now he's got some open field ahead of him. He keeps running forward. And again, a nice job right here of kind of fooling this defender to cut up the field. He's so good. You never really know when he's going to. There he is 1 second, and now this guy has no idea. Again, 4 to 5 yards of separation. He's already making his move. He's already worried about where he's going to go. Still ends up bringing him down, but he gains a few yards. That's really nice right there. Here's another one. Ball is handed off. And again, this is a pretty decent block. But either way, look at his ability to cut to the other side immediately. Whether he was blocked or not, Barkley gives himself a chance to get away. That's, again, super quick thinking, super quick instincts. Good job of this lineman or tight end or whoever it is to make the block, and it ends up making it a bigger gain. But you can see already he's starting to make his cut. He notices that right away, and he manages to slip away. Slips away from these 2 defenders too, and bursts right through this little hole right here. Again, only gains about 6-7 yards, but you saw just his quickness, his ability to move his feet, change his direction. That's going to be key, especially if he ends up getting drafted to a team like the Colts, for example, that doesn't have an incredible offensive line. He can make a defender or 2 miss in the backfield and find a way to turn a potential 1-yard loss into a 4-yard gain, or sometimes a potential 4 or 5-yard gain into a huge play. So you've seen the quickness, you've seen the speed, you've seen the agility, the acceleration, all in those last 2 segments. But now, let's talk about the strength too, because that's what makes him such a complete back. You can rock with one or the other and they're a solid back, but when you combine them all together, that's when you get the rare freak athletes like Adrian Peterson, Marshawn Lynch, guys like that. Even now, some of the rookies in the league, Leonard Fournette, Kareem Hunt, Alvin Lamar, just combining all those abilities. And it's not just pure strength, just pure bulldozing people over, although he has it. It's a combination of everything. Just strength with his legs, strength with his upper body, a strong stiff arm, and even just balance, his ability to maintain balance while being dragged down, all help him just stay up and churn out more yards in his forward momentum as well. Let's get right to it. So here's the first one. Ball snapped right here. Stop right here, right there. Notice this. Quickness again, but manages to just push him aside, makes him look like a fool, ends up gaining a few yards. It was stopped there, but you can see he's going to gain a few yards. But just that nice stiff arm right there, and you'll see a few more of those in the highlight reel at the end. Just his ability to take somebody and just swing away with his hand like that. That's strong hands, strong arms. Ridiculous, and strong balance. So here's another one, 3rd and 1. Look at this too. 35-28, crucial situation in a bowl game, 3:40 left. These are the times where running backs can become stars, especially in playoff games. Big situations like this. Ball is handed off to him. He slips through this little hole right here. Already this one defender should have a clean shot on him, and he kind of gets a hold of him. 2 more defenders right here. Look at this. He could have gotten driven back, but no. He plows right forward, right ahead, keeps going after he gets the first down. That's huge. That's going to be huge in goal line situations, huge in 3rd and short inch situations like you saw right here. And again, big time player, big time moment. Even though the defender looked like he had him, he's so quick, he's able to find that hole super quickly, and he's so strong that he's able to drive forward and turn what could have been a loss into a gain. Huge gain right there in that game. And you'll see more of that as his career goes along in the NFL. That's not the last time you're going to see him make a play like that. So here's another one right here. Just watch as we go. So again, his receiving, and we'll get to that more, as I've said before. He's running ahead. Notice right here, he tries a hurdle. He's such an athlete that he can make a play like that. He's in the air. Number 27 is going to get a clean shot. He should be down, right? You can see him look like a rag doll, just getting flown around. No. He throws him down, maintains his balance, avoids another tackler, stays in bounds, turns that into a pretty big gain. He tried the hurdle. Look at that. Just a combination of he does not have any momentum there. He doesn't have his feet on the ground, so he can't leverage his lower body, and he still manages to just toss him down. Look at this. How does he stay up? That's unbelievable right there. And he turns that into a gain. That's very rare. That's not something that you're going to see from a lot of running backs. That's why you're hearing people say he's a top 5 pick, and that's why even I, who does not value running backs very highly, honestly, who does not like the idea of even some of the superstars getting paid almost as much as quarterbacks, understand why any team, besides the top 2 who need to take the 2 quarterbacks, we'll get to them eventually in another video, would want to take Saquon Barkley with one of their top, 3 to 5 picks. I understand it. He's that talented in all aspects. So here's another one right here. Look at this. Lineman should have him. That's a loss, right? Look at the way he just ducks, kind of shoulders him off of him, turns around, still getting dragged, had no momentum there, by the way. This isn't one of those, even like that 3rd and 1 you saw a little bit ago, at least he had his speed momentum. He gets stopped in his tracks, has absolutely no momentum, and still manages to truck forward for a 2-yard gain. And again, the difference between even 2nd and 8 and 2nd and 12 in the NFL can make a huge difference over the course of games as that accumulates over the course of the season. 2nd and 12 is no good. That's a passing situation. 2nd and 8, you can try and churn out another run there. You've already worn down the defense a little bit. Suddenly you've got 3rd and 4, 3rd and 3, or with a guy like Barkley, another first down. That's huge. I know it's only a 2-yard gain. It's not sexy. It's not something you're going to see on the highlight reels. Unless you're a huge Penn State fan or a huge college football fan, you don't see plays like that from him on a regular basis. This is the first you're seeing it, and you see why, again, his value on every single snap, how valuable he can be. He's not just a big playmaker. He is valuable on every single play. So here's another one right here. Ball is snapped. Let's just pause it right here. Look at that. Again, he should be down, right? It's a 2-yard gain. Look at the way he just lowers his shoulder. He's wrapped up. What is that? He's done. He's done. 1 second, down, 2 defenders. No, he trucks right through. Is that Marshawn Lynch? Is that not a Marshawn Lynch-esque play? He does end up stepping out of bounds there. The first, it looked like he didn't. But that's ridiculous. Just being able to make a play like that with his pure brute strength. Here's another one right here. Look at that. He lost. Again, that's actually a pretty nice play. He was quick enough, but this defender got a pretty good grip on him. Kind of gets him by the jersey even. He could have just fallen backwards, and there's 3 defenders right here. You'd think one of them would get him. Nope. Look at how quickly he's back on his feet. 1 second like that, immediately back on his feet, and is able to cut to the outside using his speed. Turns again, another 2-yard loss into what? What's that, a 7-yard gain? That's ridiculous. So it's a combination of strength when it comes to just pure being a brute freight train running up the middle and just balance. It's such a weird, rare combination where even if he doesn't have good blocking, he can find a way to make that 1st and 2nd defender miss and just stop them in their tracks. And you should watch the tape against Iowa. I didn't get nearly all the plays because he was just putting on a clinic against them. Now, Barkley's not just a physical freak. He's also a very smart player, really, when it comes down to it. He's smart, he understands, he watches plays develop, and if he ends up with the right coaching staff that can utilize his abilities, he will be an absolute stud. He has really nice patience sometimes, kind of reminds you of, of course, Le'Veon Bell. And you'll see it's 2 different traits. One is ability to kind of wait, get to the outside, and that's also because of his athletic traits. But also just that ability to kind of wait patiently at the line of scrimmage and then cut through and a hole opens up right away. So let's look at this first. This is the first one right here, and kind of simple. Ball snapped though, he runs to the outside, and he kind of just waits perfectly until his, opportunity. He doesn't just try and go right up the middle right there. He waits, and he goes up, and he manages to get a nice little 8-9 yard gain. It's nothing special, but it's just waiting for his perfect opportunity to cut through these defenders. Right as that block is being released, that's when he knows. He doesn't try to go to the outside. Not too much patience, just enough. Nothing crazy, but again, just nice athleticism. Here's another one right here. Ball is snapped right there. He could just try and drive forward. He could. You'll see some running backs do that. He could just try and drive forward, maybe gain a couple of yards, 2, 3. But instead, he cuts to the outside. Look at this. Nice blocking there, too, but he gets these defenders to kind of run into each other and manages to use his speed to pick up a much bigger gain. That's just really nice awareness, perfectly timed cut, and because he's so athletic, he can do that and he can get to the outside. But now here are some that are really impressive. So here's one. Notice a wildcat play. So again, if you want to maybe mess around like that, he's got the abilities to do that, the experience. Ball is snapped. He's running. He really has nothing right here. When you look at it at this point, it looks like he's just done. Even number 17 right here. what's he going to do? But he notices this open lineman right here, this lineman who's not really engaged with anybody, waits perfectly, gets around. Now look at this. This is where he makes his move. Right there, he waits, this hole opens up, bursts right through it, ends up picking up. That's still a pretty nice play, by the way. No discredit to him right there. But manages to pick up 8 yards and make it a 3rd and 1. That could have been a big loss, would have been. He could have just ran into those linemen, but no, he waits. And that really reminds me of Le'Veon right there. Here's one more. This is ridiculous. This is my favorite one of these 4. Ball's handed off, and again, look. What does he have? He could try to cut to the outside, but you've got these 2 linemen. He could disengage. He could go there, maybe pick up a few yards. He turns around. This could be his opportunity, right? Just maybe cut right there. But nope. Instead, he deceptively waits. He sees this block, and now he manages. Wow. Look at that. This is where he makes his move. He has it. How does he change his direction so quickly? I'm not sure, but there was his opportunity. He sees number 9 there, too. Will be able to get 44. Doesn't really end up getting him. He could have, but it was just so quick. But that right there, he waits for his perfect opportunity and cuts right through just the littlest hole that the defense provides for him and ends up picking up a few yards. That was another one that could have been a big loss. And instead, he manages to turn it into another 7-yard gain. And that's really, he's only going to get better at this. Better at kind of waiting patiently. And if he ends up on a team with an actual good offensive line, just watch out, because he has the explosiveness to burst through the holes when he needs to. But he also has the patience to wait for them to develop. And it seems like already he's gotten an idea of being able to see, all right, not yet, but it will be there, and then taking his opportunity when he gets it. Really such a complete player. As if he wasn't already well-rounded enough, yes, he is also a phenomenal receiving threat. Not just a good one, not just a solid one. He is a phenomenal receiving threat for running back, and that's what makes Le'Veon Bell and David Johnson and Alvin Kamara the best running backs in football right now, basically, is that not only are they 2 down backs, they can come in on 3rd down. It's a passing league, and you can line them up really anywhere. So here's the first one. You're going to see a few. You won't really see where he's lined up. I'm trying to do that for the sake of time. But there's Barkley right there, already lined up. Look at that nice little route. He just kind of quickly cuts. Ball is thrown towards him, and he manages to slow down perfectly, make the adjustment while he's falling, makes a nice catch there for a pretty big gain. Nothing special if he was a wide receiver. That's a wide receiver, I'll look at that and say, good, he's doing his job. But for a running back, because he's quick, he can run those little quick routes, fake out defenders when he's running routes as well. And the fact that he's able to adjust his body and make a pretty nice reception right there will go miles in this league. So here's another one. You see him right there. He's lined up in the slot, runs a quick little drag route, ball is thrown, turns his body upfield quickly, manages to pick up a 1st down. And you'll see that. Here's another one. Ball is thrown, quickly cuts to the inside. Right there too, notice, ball is thrown a little behind him. He had to kind of wait, slow down. He picks up his speed right away, manages to get another 1st down. And that's just, some really nice talent right there. He's able to concentrate on receiving and then maintaining his speed right away. That's what receivers are able to do. And that's why you're able to line him up and use him as an even tougher weapon. You can line him up anywhere on the field if you want. Line him up in the slot, line him up in the shotgun, line him up in the I formation. Didn't see it in college, but let's be real, we know he can do that. So here's another one. Watch. Ball is thrown after, nice pocket awareness. He knows exactly where the sideline is. He's close. He doesn't fall out. He manages to stay in bounds. Catches the ball. Nice little hurdle there. Picks up the 1st down. The hurdle, we've already seen that. He's so athletic. But it's just that awareness, again, to know exactly where the sideline is, keep his feet in bounds, and pick up the 1st down. And that's on 4th down, too. So that's a pretty big play in the 4th quarter. Here's another one right here. And this one, watch. There he is lined up with this wide receiver, with this cornerback. So that's Barkley. Ball is thrown. Ball is underthrown. But notice he's already tracking it. He knows exactly where he needs to be to at least try to make a play. Pretty good coverage right there. Defender manages to get his hands in his way, and it ends up being dropped. But the whole point of that is, look, notice the way he tracks the ball, and notice how he has the defender beat. And that's a better thrown ball, a la if Aaron Rodgers is throwing that ball, or more likely, Andrew Luck is throwing him that ball. He can catch it in stride, and that's a touchdown. Look at all that open field. With his speed, he's not catching him. But it's underthrown. He still manages to get his hands on it, at least try. And, again, that's tough coverage. That's not an easy catch to make. There's not a lot of receivers in college football that can make a catch like that. So he ends up dropping. Here's another one where, again, he doesn't even make the catch, but there's Barkley right there. 4th and 3, 4:08 left. Huge, crucial play. Just notice, though, he noticed he had the open field, and he's looking at the quarterback right away. He's ready to catch the ball and start going up. Now, the ball isn't thrown to him. It ends up getting dropped, even though that was the right decision by the quarterback as well. But he saw it. That's just awareness and, smarts. If the ball was thrown to him, lightly thrown to him, that's a 1st down guaranteed. Quarterback didn't look at him. Saw that one-on-one coverage out there. That's fine. That's not really, I don't really like McSorley, and that's not a perfect throw, but that's besides the point. Barkley knew the situation, knew he had the open field, and was ready to make a first down play if the quarterback saw him there. Now, he's more versatile than just a receiver, too. Now, watch here. You'll just kind of see it. There's not much else to say, but he can return kicks. Finds that hole right there. Has the speed, the agility. Now, you probably won't see it in the NFL, but if you want to mess around with that his first few years, get him a few more touches, he can do that. He's just that well-rounded. And finally, he can even throw the ball. You know who else was able to do that? LaDainian Tomlinson, my favorite player of all time. And he had, 7 touchdowns. So, if a coach wants to utilize that, look at this. This is actually a pretty nice throw, right? Bullet pass. Notices the opening in the coverage right away, and picks up a first down. It's nothing crazy. You're probably not going to see him do that more than once a season, but that's a pretty nice throw, and just that extra little dynamic goes to show that coaches will be able to use him in so many ways. You can even make him a passing threat. Think of if he somehow ended up on the pass, which you wouldn't. The trick plays you could run with him. You can do everything with him. You can put him anywhere on the field, outside, inside, run him, have him receive. He does everything. It's ridiculous. There's not really a huge flaw in his game. Now, I just said there's really not a discernible weakness in his game, but I did have to nitpick. The only weakness I could really find was that he's inconsistent with his blocking. Keyword inconsistent. He's not terrible, and you'll see positives after this. But there are times that he needs to work on it, and I think that's more of a kind of a representation of this Penn State coaching staff, because notice that line can't really block either. If he ends up with the right team, he's got the tools, he'll be fine. But I figured I'd throw out a few examples. So here's the first one right here. Ball is snapped, and he just kind of whiffs completely. Look, that defender gets by. Ball ends up getting thrown anyway, but he was pretty much a non-factor on that one. Here's another one right here. You'll see number 17. Again, whiffs. 17 manages to stay back up. Nice play by McSorley to avoid it, but another whiff right there. Not sure why he just keeps trying to lower his shoulder. He's not getting a good angle. Here's another one, and this one's kind of bad. 77 has a good block on him already, and Barkley can really come in here and kind of just shove him aside, make this player kind of completely take him out without chop blocking him. He completely misses him, and he becomes a non-factor on that play. That is probably the worst one I saw, because unlike the other ones where it's, one-on-one, he's not a lineman. But that one, he could have really helped his lineman there, and instead, he ends up completely missing. Doesn't really matter, but still, that could have mattered in another play. Here's another one right here where he just gets driven back completely. Luckily, the ball was thrown again, but another second, he's just getting driven back. He just didn't have good leverage there or anything, and you notice a few more plays like this. Now, here's another one. I started this a little late, and I do apologize, but so he lined up in the shotgun. There's 2 defenders here, and somehow he manages to miss them both. I understand it's a lose-lose situation there, and that's a really tough one. With experience, he'll kind of learn to get better at that, but he ends up letting them both get by him, and you got to at least get one of them. So hopefully with time, that was a lose-lose situation again. I don't blame him. He's young. He's a running back. But I had to find some weakness. I don't think this is going to be a long-term factor, but I figured it was worth showing you. And now here's the last one. This isn't a blocking issue, but he's never missed a game in his career. So I'm not going to say he has durability problems. And, that's not the point I'm trying to make. But this play in particular really stuck out to me. So ball snap. He runs out of the backfield. Nice catch. Does a really good job getting up the field and gaining a lot of yards. That's all positive. Right here, look at this. He tries to cut back, and I didn't show the full video, but right there is when he tries to cut back. He's probably not going to gain any yards. He's at the sideline. I mean, we've seen some crazy plays. More often than not, though, he's not going to gain any yards. There's plenty of time left, so he doesn't really even need to get out of bounds. That's how you tear an ACL. And again, this was a rare case, but it was just worth pointing out because this was just a play where he really lacked awareness. And again, he's young. You're playing the game. It's going 1,000 miles an hour. I understand. But hopefully somebody maybe found this play in particular and shows it to him and just says, hey, you shouldn't take a risk like that. That's too much. You're not gaining any yards. He ended up just going out of bounds anyway, kind of just falling back, and it looked for a second like he got hurt, and that's why I really noticed it. Lower your shoulder. I'd rather you be out for a play or two because you nicked your shoulder than miss the whole season for a torn ACL. Again, didn't miss a game in his whole career, so it's not like this has happened already, and it's not like I'm worried about his durability, but it's plays like that. Sometimes that's how accidents happen. It's just unnecessary cuts like this. So hopefully he learns from this, and hopefully that was something that the coaching staff pointed out in, the film room. Now, as I said, there were positive moments for his blocking as well, and really, not just positive moments, but moments where he evaluated what was going on the field and understood his assignment and made some really smart decisions, and that's why I'm confident he'll be fine, and I more just think that the coaching staff didn't really teach him how to actually block, and he just needs to work on his technique. Because watch this play. This is my favorite one. Ball is snapped. Pause right here. He's already on the other side. He noticed where the pass rush was coming from, and he sees that there's 3 defenders over here. He sees there's 4 now. He sees there's his extra one against his lineman as opposed to over here where there's nothing. He knew where the pass rush was coming from immediately and gets over and makes that block and stops that lineman. That right there is more important and more noticeable to me than the fact that he, got plowed over by one of the best defensive linemen. I believe that was Nick Bosa, that Ohio State one he saw earlier. He's a lineman. Of course he's going to get, he's a running back. He's going to get plowed over by Nick Bosa, future top 5 pick, all right? Most linemen in the College Football Association get bowled over by him on a regular basis. That is really impressive. You'll see another one right here. Ball is snapped. He gets to his gap. He sees where this lineman's coming from. Again, that's just pure understanding of where the pressure's coming from. That's quarterback levels of intelligence right there. And that's why, as long as he gets a coaching staff that's smart, he will be a fine pass blocker. He can be an every down back. Gets in the way of this lineman. Clean pocket from McSorley. He delivers the ball. Here's another one right here. I kind of stopped it. I started a little too early again. I should have edited this a little better, but look. Watch the way he just shifts his body there to make this block. And again, ball's already being thrown, but he got in his way, and he would have had him another 2 or 3 seconds. So that's another thing. He's got the quick feet and understands how to shift his body, which is why, again, he's got all of the tools, mental and physical, to be a great pass blocker. Just needs to work on the consistency. Here's another one right here. This one I just like. This one's just pure physicality. Gets low, boom, lifts him up, non-factor, manages to drive him into the ground. That's really nice. Uses his lower body. Point that out, coaches, and get him to do something like that more. That's him just leveling that defensive back. And here's the last one. 4th and goal, 4 seconds left. Crunch time situation on the road. You're the number 4 team in the nation. You lose this, you're possibly out of the college football playoffs. Ball is snapped. He knows exactly who his assignment is. He sees who's engaged, doesn't crack, makes a nice block. Touchdown. Game over. Penn State wins. Barkley, obviously, McSorley made the throw. 84, I forget his name, made the catch. But Barkley was just as crucial as every other player there. He knew exactly where he needed to be, made the perfect block. So again, yes, I did just show you some negatives. I showed you some times where he kind of whiffed. But notice there, when he was focused, 4th down, on the road, that was my favorite one. My favorite one was the first one, but that one was huge. Just knowing which gap he's responsible for. That shows that he studies film. That shows that he's more than just a physical freak. He understands the game. Super impressive. He's going to be fine with his blocking, again, as long as he ends up with the right coaching staff. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Hopefully you enjoyed it. My take on Barkley, he's as good as it comes when it comes to running backs. I absolutely understand why he's considered a top 5 pick. My philosophy, though, no matter how talented you are, I don't care if you're the reincarnation of Barry Sanders. If you don't have a set offensive line, don't take a running back in the first round. It's that simple. Build your line first. That being said, I absolutely think with the Browns, they want to take them with their 4th pick. I believe their offensive line, they've already got plenty of veterans, especially with Joe Thomas coming back. They've got a good line. If they want to take Barkley 4 to combine with whatever quarterback they take at number 1, should be Darnold. I'll get to him at some point. That's fine with me. Completely change your offense with those 2 players. He's a game changer. As for other teams that don't have such good lines, kind of like I've seen him going to the Bucs, to the Colts, not so sure about that. Sure could work. He's that good. Don't get me wrong. I just think they should focus on their lines more. But when it comes to him, the prospect, you saw right there. There's virtually no weaknesses with him. His blocking will come with time. His vision, again, too. Vision's not perfect, but you saw in some of those highlights, he's got good vision. It's just not great. And his blocking in college wasn't superb either. But he's got so many positive traits. Good offensive coaches will find a way to use him and succeed with him. So, really excited to see where he ends up. Again, if the Browns do end up drafting Darnold and then Barkley, they could be a completely different team next year. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the show, make sure you follow me on Twitter at BSUL21. That's at BSUL21. You can follow us at The Madman Sports. Please hit that big red subscribe button. Another one should be coming at you soon. Thinking about doing a defensive player finally because I've done a few offensive players now. We'll see who we decide to go with. Thanks again, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. And let me know what you thought. Let me know how I can improve. Let me know if you want to, work together or anything like that. Always looking for ways to improve the product. Thanks again. I'm going to say it one more time, and we'll see you next time.